What's up, guys? Sion here. So we're gonna look at China today, and I gotta address something. Now, when I came up with the chakra overflow thing, it wasn't my idea. What it was is that these games always had stuff like this. So I gotta point that out. Bleach Online had the same thing with chakra overflow. You can have multiple characters. You can even have three or even four characters, all who gave chakra, and at a point where you can just spam and just have an overflow. And then some of them had passives that made it work out well, and that's where it kind of came from. Not necessarily just Bleach, but games before that. War Tune, you could do that. Uh, Pocky Ninja, not so much, but Pocky Pirates, you could do that. Even Anime Pirates, you could do that. So that's where that idea came from. When I saw the Tsunade in this one, that's where the idea came from. It wasn't like I just randomly, decided to make that up and call it a name. It came from other games, and it's the same. When I saw that in this game, I was like, oh, okay, so I can do that here. So that's where that came from. Just to clarify. Cause I saw people making up all types of stuff for me. Like, that's where I got the idea from. I'm like, no, this stuff was in games before that. So whatever. We're at the point right now. Now you see, pretty interesting. They made this version of Tsunade almost, well, not almost, literally it's the same price as Hokage Tsunade. So for the people who are like arguing with themselves, I'm not even getting involved in that argument because I consider them all different. Even still, even with the chakra overflow build, it's still different. Like, I think you need to build that up, and that's too situational where somebody can shut you down and you can't even do the overflow. Like, it'll be okay, like a little something overflow, but you won't be. If somebody shuts down one of your partners and you can't really do a full combo, then you're not overflowing. And but with that said, they still made her well, not damn near. They did make her the same price as a Hokage Tsunade. So she's on the equivalent now as far as the price range. Me personally, I think that if you put the side by side those two together, I think Hokage Tsunade has a better and a easier time doing what she needs to do than the Ambu Tsunade. But if you go first, they're dead. If you go first, like, she's a Tsunade that can blitz, because Hokage Tsunade really can't blitz. It's just not in her skill set for that. But this is a Tsunade that can blitz, so I'm thinking that's why they decided, hey, you know what? We see the writing on the wall. This character should be expensive, and that's pretty much why this is like that. I think they might even be like a little bit like, damn, like we should have charged more for this. Right now, like, we just basically gave her away for free because the majority of people chose Tsunade. All the rest of you guys, you kind of got screwed, and I'm going to show you why in a bit. But if you didn't choose Tsunade, I kind of like, when I thought about it, when I saw what each of them did, I was like, you know what, Tsunade might be more worth it overall. So I went with her, and as far as wise, yes, it totally hands down. There's no way anybody could have saw this coming, and I for one, because this is the first time in like 6 months that they actually put a new character here that cost over $200-300. This is easily close to, like, this is over 1,000. So this is the first time that's happened, and I think that they realized, because people were like, going ape shit over this, and then the whole overflow thing happened, that maybe we should charge more for this because she's kind of OP, and that's kind of what happened. Now you see right here again, it's the same rotation that they keep doing. This is probably like every other week. You necessarily can get these characters for free if you pay attention to this. You can straight up build up Conan and Shisui, and like I said, these are not that expensive. They're like $200-300 if you pay attention to the events and everything else. You can get these characters. You can even do it freely over time for like a year if you see fit to actually go to that really cheap. Not even needing to do anything. All you gotta do is play the system. Now, in North America, they're gonna try to raise the price on this and be some cheese, because that's just, the Oasis don't know how to do anything right at this point. So they're just gonna raise it and then lose money because never mind. We already know that's gonna happen. All right, so here's what I was talking about as far as if you pick somebody else. Now you see right here, this is like, it's 80 per piece, which pretty much like it. You're pretty much doing 80 times 100. So you already know how much that's gonna cost. That is nowhere near nowhere near. Because let's do simple math. 80 times 10 is not 100, is 800, and 800 times 10 is 8,000. That's pretty much 150, 160 in USD. So that means that Orochimaru is pretty much 160. That's not anywhere near what this is right here, just to get down here. Now you think about that. To get to this level, like let's say 500, so you need to do that do that 506 times. So that's $600, which it might be more or less a little bit more, but this is still the same thing like when they have Tsunade, they used to have Hokage Tsunade here. They don't really have it anymore, I don't think. But I haven't seen it in a while. They had, I think, Ai and Sasuke here, but I haven't seen Tsunade in a little while. They only went to like 30,000 here. So that makes this $600 right now. So she's a $600 character. And you go here, this is only like 100. So they only consider Orochimaru pretty much because of popularity and use. And I guess looking at how many people chose Tsunade and then what she does, he's only like $150, $160. And the same thing for Jiraiya. Jiraiya is only that amount. Now I think they're both strong. Don't get me wrong. I think they're actually worth more than 160, 100. Like, I really totally think they do. They are worth more than that. But the company thinks that they're only worth that amount of money. So it is what it is when it comes to that. And then you also notice right here that people were complaining because they were kind of held back on these, but they have them clearly here for purchase. Like these particular items, like you can get them in the shop, but that's limited. And you also have, this stuff right here, and then you have these right here, which you can go in, which is pretty much seals and magic tam all over again. Now the problem in all of this is, actually I think that's the outfit, but the problem in all of this is it's not even a problem. It's not a problem at all. And then you have, these are just kind of like the parts back and forth again. The issue that people are going to have is the buyer's remorse on the free characters. Like, because I already see it on the forums now. People are mad because they choose her, and then how much she costs and why does she cost triple what the other characters cost, and that's not fair because, like, I don't know what to say to that. I kind of get where they're coming from. It is a little bit upsetting. And if I had chose Orochimaru and Jiraiya, I kind of would have been salty too. I didn't, so I'm kind of like, phew. But I'm still getting that. Like, that's kind of not fair. So it's what it is. You guys can, figure that out among yourselves. So you have this event. Pretty much go. All you really have to do is go in here, spend your keys. And I'm kind of sad. I forgot that they do this event, and I had need to. The last time I showed you guys in the video with this, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stop spending my keys and wait for this event to come, and I forgot. I just started spending the keys. All you have to do is just don't spend your keys for the whole month. I know that's like damn, but if you don't spend your keys and wait for this to happen, like somebody literally said that, why the hell did you spend your keys? If you had just did that freely, this game gives you a great deal of keys. If I actually did that now, I would have a good deal of points into this, and then I can get freebies, but I forgot. So just in the future, when you see this event come, like, save your keys, because pretty much this has happened the last 3 months. So just save them, and you should be good to go. We still have this event up here, right here. It doesn't mean anything, and this, and that. And I do believe that there was nothing else, but I'm just gonna double check, because normally they do something random here. So I'm just gonna double check into this and make sure that there hasn't been anything added. That skill books, I don't see any. Nope, we're good. So that's all I got for you guys on the Chinese side of the game. I feel that the whole Tsunade thing is a little bit of rip. I feel sorry for the guys who did not pick her. And for the people who are arguing over which Tsunade is better, it kind of just doesn't matter. It's like I said, the the normal natural one, the Shippuden Tsunade, is good skill broken for entry base level. But once you get to the point that for Great Ninja War, you don't use her in Great Ninja War. You don't use her in ranked battle unless you don't have the Hokage Tsunade, and then you can definitely rock with that. But I wouldn't use that for that. But I would use that Tsunade in a one-on-one fight time space because she CCs more than Hokage Tsunade. Like she even touches somebody, they're getting chaos. That she attacks 3 times in one round, so she can chaos multiple people. So you just have to think about that. That is very dangerous when you take 2 people out of a fight. That's something that she does, and then on top of that, she can give you immunity and heal your entire party. That is a lot one character is doing. To attack 3 times in one round, chaos all 3 of the times that she even touches somebody, and then heal and give immunity. You have to think about that. The Hokage Tsunade doesn't do that. But what the Hokage Tsunade does is she actually has a lot of damage. She can critical. She has some ability to chaos, not as much as the normal one, and she can heal multiple people. So she should be used probably in like the ranked battle or Great Ninja War over the normal Tsunade. But then you turn around and you add this Tsunade in, who also attacks twice, but she also, minute that she chases, is going to chaos somebody. And then you have the actual overflow, which allows you to do pretty much any special that you have available in your team every single round, because you're going to have the chakra to do it. Then on top of that, if you do that in Great Ninja War, which people have figured out how to do, you have pretty much a heal that heals everybody every single round. Unlike Hokage Tsunade, who can only do it every other round. So you see what I mean? Like that's kind of OP and worth that amount of money. So I kind of get where people are kind of a little bit salty because we didn't know this was going to happen. I didn't know this was going to happen. So I'm not taking any type of credit for that and making it like, see, look at me. I just chose her because it looked like her kit was better than Orochimaru and Jiraiya. That was my only reason for choosing her. I did not know this was going to happen. So I am sorry for people who did not pick her. You guys be legendary. I will see you soon, which will probably be the North American video, and have a good day. Peace.